Foretrosake here. Today, we are going to venture into another Nintendo Switch game. Last night, I was playing Ghostblade HD. I was having so much playing it. Thank you so much, Geriatrics, for asking me to stream that last night. After I got off the stream, I thought I'll play this game just a little bit more and try to complete it, and then I'll do a recording, put it out so everybody can see what the ending was. And I needed to take care of one of my kiddos. So took a little break, went to go take care of them, came back, and I was looking at the pile being 4 games that I had got in the mail yesterday, and one of them stuck out to me right away. Like, I was like, oh, well, I've never really seen that game before, and that looks like something that I'd be interested in. Obviously why I purchased it, right? I mean, so the reason that it stood out to me was just the anime drawing on the outside of it. I mean, I'll try to give you a little picture of what it looks like here. And I was like, well, why don't I go ahead and just try that instead of slaving over this game so late at night, trying to beat it anyways. And by golly, if I wish I hadn't played this game ahead of time. I kind of wish I would have streamed it first. This game being, and I'm going to butcher this name, so if you're here in the chat, go ahead and pronounce it out for me in the text so I can make sure that I say this correctly for everybody. But I've come up with either Caladrius Blaze or Caladrius Blaze. Either way, it's got a really cool sounding name already. That's half the interesting thing sometimes whenever you pick up these games, is how exotic is the name. Exotic being something that you just maybe haven't heard of or different to you. And when I was talking to my Discord about this particular game, a couple of the people in the Discord, one of them in particular, Parma, told me that this game came out in Japan. Almost retro age. 2013. And I was like, huh, well, that's weird because I haven't seen it on any other list, but I'm kind of new to the whole different games out there and everything off the Nintendo Switch, more of the independent games out there that I'm not completely aware of. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the gameplay itself, because the best part about Caladrius Blaze is that it has a storyline that goes with a side-scrolling top-down shooter. It's kind of difficult for me to say side-scrolling and top-down because, well, I mean, you'll see here in the gameplay pretty soon that it can be neither of those at times. And it kind of had a Power Rangers feel to it at certain points. But the storyline that goes with this game and the cutscenes are exactly what I was talking about with Ghostblade yesterday. So let's go ahead and start the game up. I mean, that's pretty intense. I think that's a really good intro for a game. We have some games that have next to no intro. I listened to that probably like 5 times last night. I still don't know how to say it the correct way, as they say it. Awesome intro. Awesome title screen. We'll go ahead and press the plus or minus button. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. So right off the bat here, we have the option of the story mode. And like typical games that have bosses throughout the game, there's a boss rush that's available, but you have to have beaten the story mode first, and then you'll get to do the boss rush. Given that I've owned this game for a whopping maybe 15 hours now, and have only put a little bit of time in it last night after playing Ghostblade HD, I would like to state that if you watch the gameplay of Ghostblade HD, understand that if it doesn't look as HD as you expected, well, you're not wrong. I noticed after I was done with the stream that I had used the incorrect stream key. As most of you know that follow me, I play a lot of NES games. And the NES games, the most that the NES puts out as far as frames per second is 59, just right under 60. And that's at a best quality that it is able to put out. And I had the stream key set to an NES game, so it wasn't going to be outputting and reading a higher frame rate of 60 frames per frame and higher. So there's probably a little bit of choppiness to it and stuff. So we definitely will be playing that game again to give it a little bit better credit where it's due, because you're going to see this game and you're going to be like, wow, like that game is in no comparison to this game for multiple reasons. And I don't want to downplay Ghostblade HD because it is a great game. I mean, it was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to play it some more today. But for the moment, in Caladrius Blaze, you can start with the story mode, but as I said last night, I usually like to at least start in a practice mode or something like that first, and there wasn't any of that, but there was tutorial. So tutorial is interesting because it gives you a breakdown of each of the characters and all three game modes. The three game modes being the original mode, the evolution mode, and the arcade mode. Now, between the three of them, I'm not personally myself, being a layman, not seeing the major differences between the three when it explains in tutorial mode. But we'll start with original mode and just watch through what the tutorial says on how you control your ship. It says press what is your B button to fire a shot. If you hold it, it will continuously shoot. If you're in a bad area, you could hit R, and it says or SR to fire a bomb that will take out everything in your way. You can press your Y, your X, or your A button to fire a corresponding element shot. Only element shot in the defense system can destroy normal enemy bullets, and your default would be A. The gauge will be reduced when you fire element shots. Once it reaches 0, you can no longer fire the element shot, but if time passes and you use an item, it can be recovered. When 3 gauges are more than 50%, press L or SL or Y, X, and A simultaneously to launch a powerful elemental burst attack. The ether gauge fills up when an element shot or an element burst hits the enemy. The ether gauge changes into a chip once it reaches max, which then can be used to strengthen element shots. End of tutorial. Now, personally, I feel that that's already one of the pluses, one of the pros to this game compared to Ghostblade HD. Now, here at Foretrosake, I don't typically go into game-by-game comparisons, but given that I just streamed it, like, I think it was like 7 or 8 hours ago, it's so fresh in my brain and the gameplay and everything that it's hard not to with having another side and top-down shooter. The major difference between the two is that Caladrius Blaze goes into many different scenes and stages where Ghostblade HD was more on a flat plane top-down shooter. So we could go into evolution mode and arcade mode, but I am here to tell you that original mode was the only one that I didn't check last night. And evolution mode and arcade mode are the same explanation. The only thing that I haven't done is I haven't picked any of the players to see what it said on the players. I didn't even realize that that was an option last night. So this particular character's name is Alex Martin, Sword Ifurita. Ship basic stats and properties. Ship with high attack power at the expense of slight lack in speed. So obviously you can just read what each ship does on the left, and then it gives you an idea of what their normal shot and what their bomb does whenever you were to let them off. It doesn't say anything except for move to page 2. Okay, so level 1, level 7 in Evo. High damage shot that penetrates through the enemy, multiple hits possible, even for big enemies. Leveling up increases power, fire, speed, and number of hits. Support ES Fire, Heat, Pierce. Wall of Flame intercepts the enemy. Appearing position changes according to input direction. Leveling up thickens flames and increases power and quantity. So what I'm reading off of this page is that it's showing you what each elemental, and I'm going to say elemental and it just said element, sorry. Each element offers to you if you were to shoot them during gameplay. So we'll go back and we'll look at this character real quick. Because the character that I picked last night was just 100% completely random. Like, I just saw a character and picked him. I don't even know who I picked. Created mainly to fly in high speed, has weak attack power as a result. So anybody that's played these style of games would know the speed is highly important though in the ship, because if you can't evade enemy fire, there's a good chance that you're just going to keep getting blown up. It don't matter how good your gun is. I mean, unless that gun is blowing enemies off the screen before they show up and shoot one bullet, you got to be able to get out of the way of the other bullets. And this, again, is another bullet hell game all over the screen. So we'll go back, we'll check this next character, because now I'm interested to see who's the well-balanced character. The very next one I picked. Ship created for support. Well-balanced overall and easy to use, but lacks special abilities. Well, from the way that this game seems to me, those special abilities are of high importance. Because last night, when I was trying it, I didn't do so well at using the special abilities. But the nice thing was, I was in arcade mode, so I had every opportunity to keep dying and get through the game some. Easy to fire element shot due to abundance of ether. So its ether gauge seems to be through the roof. Element gauge recovery rate. So that would be the amount of time that it takes those little gems at the bottom to regenerate for you to reuse again. Made with the forbidden spell, a ship that encourages will of steel, so that the innocent heart is not lost on board. Resembling its creator, the ship possesses high stats, but tends to be biased. Possesses the tree element that symbolizes life, and thus the ship has a stable supply of ether. has average stats and easy to control, and is not selective of passengers. I mean, I can't remember the overall well-balanced one, so this one's looking pretty good also. We'll have to keep Noah twinning in the back of our brain, because I'm pretty sure that was... No, that one wasn't the one. It was the one right above it. So it was Maria Therese Bloomfield. She's got 3 names on there. Now this one's kind of interesting because it's literally named the Caladrius. Takes the form of a phoenix, God's agent in battle armor, has powers that exceeds all others through God's blessing. Well, I'm sorry, but I think we already recognize which one is the best ship. The one that kind of goes off the name of the game. Typically seems to be the better pick or option out there. I'm pretty sure I don't even need to look at this one because I know which one I'm picking now. Nightmare of Lilith. Sounds terrifying, whatever that was that she screamed there. Ship specialized to destroy and thus difficult to control. Has the lowest speed among all ships, but it's the most powerful. So, speed, once again, being important to me, but if the attack powers can take everything off the screen before it ever even gets there, that's a positive in its own. So we've went through the tutorial mode. We have a basis idea of what's going on in the game. Let's go ahead and go to the story mode. And given that I would like to play through this and show as much as I can of it, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the arcade mode, and hopefully it isn't going to like try to start me off where I was last night, because I was just playing around. Like, I wasn't really trying to do something amazing in the game. I was just playing. So you have the option in arcade mode for 1-player, 2-player. Stage you can pick, it seems. Difficulty being normal, hard, very hard, easy, very easy, and practice. So there is the practice mode. I didn't realize that there was a practice mode before. So sometimes it's nice going through these things just to be able to see what you maybe missed before. But there is a practice mode. We'll just stay with normal. That's what I had it on yesterday. Somehow you can play the game and take no damage. I don't know what the point of playing the game would be if you took no damage at all. Like, that's just me personally. I don't know why you would do that. And then demo on or off. At no point anywhere on the game disc or on the game case does it say what demo stands for, and I don't know why. I mean, we almost always know it stands for demonstration, but it doesn't state like what type of demonstration is it, and it doesn't state why it's already pre-selected as on. Whenever, if you didn't want it to be on demonstration mode, whatever demonstration mode stands for, then I guess what we'll do is we'll leave it off, because I don't know exactly what it stands for. And like I said, the Caladrius is the one that I would like to go with, because that really seems like the more powerful of the ships. Just starting off in the game. Tell me that this doesn't look beautiful. Like, what an amazing graphically amazing game already. And I'm loving this shit. I did not use this yesterday. Like, this heat seeked right to whatever it is that you're trying to hit. No messing that up. Can't complain with that at all. Right now it says that I have 3 bombs. I'm gonna go ahead and save those until I absolutely am in a bad predicament. The gameplay may not look amazing for me, but the graphics on the game and everything, I think look amazing. This seems so much easier than what it was last night, but the ship makes all the difference. Now we're moving. See the Power Rangers part that I was talking about? Like, tell me if this don't look like a Power Rangers game. So that was the first part of the boss. I used one of the bombs. Excellent. Visually, excellent visuals in the game. I believe this looks so amazing. So not too bad for the first round. I think that was fairly easy. The ship made a huge difference. If you're just joining in, we are playing Caladrius Blaze on the Nintendo Switch. Thank you for joining me so early in the morning. So, at the end of each level, you have the option to power up one of your weapons. And this weapon is showing if I was to use that element. This is one of the elements that I didn't use. And this is one of the elements that I didn't use. So we're going to go ahead and put one of them there. And then one of them there. So there's almost like a little RPG element to it as well, where you can upgrade your weapons. Definitely lowers the difficulty whenever all of your weapon is heat-seeking. So I'm not saying that I'm amazing at this game or something, because I obviously realize that I'm getting a lot of help just from the simple fact that it's already going straight to whatever it is that I'm trying to fight. Just a little bit of aversion on my part. It looks so awesome opening up into different scenes in the background. Like, I love that. hit the wrong R button. I was trying to hit the bomb, and I hit what I call ZR. I don't know that that's their version of SR. Now we go on to fight a huge dragon. Man, this thing is wicked awesome. So we have no bomb left. This is our last bit of the boss. Definitely was getting hit there. I had a beam on me. I thought for sure that I would finish off this boss before getting killed, so 3 more shots is really all it took, and then it was done. So one thing that I'm noticing right now, right off the bat, is that all of the cutscenes and everything that I experienced last night aren't playing through right now. So it must be something in the game where if you've played that part, even though it started me from the very beginning, it's going to have me continue on without having to see all of those cutscenes and read through them. But for most of us here, we'd like to be able to see those cutscenes and be a part of that. Have a little coffee break there. So, 1 Ethernet chip. We haven't done the angelic counter, which technically I haven't used any of the elements yet. I've only been using the standard gun that comes with the Caladrius. So some background story on this particular game before it gets ridiculously too hard for me to be able to talk. This game came out first in Japan, and only in Japan, in 2013. And it only came out on the Xbox 360. So this game didn't make it to multiple systems until much later in its life. At least another year at least passed before it was released on PlayStation 3. And then 2 years after its initial release, it was put onto Microsoft Windows, and then all the way in 2019, this game finally came. I tried to use the bomb and too late. Finally in 2019, this game came to the Nintendo Switch. So from what I understand, it told me to have a block of 90%. I think I did that, 90.3, so I'm happy with that. Little side bit of knowledge about Caladrius. According to Roman mythology, a Caladrius, or Caladrius, however it's correctly pronounced, is technically a snow white bird that lives in the king's house. It's said to be able to take sickness into itself, then fly away, dispersing the sickness and healing both itself and the sick person. So that's where the word Caladrius comes from. If anyone was interested in knowing that tidbit of information, I'm gonna even everything up. Well, I had 5 bombs, so I felt like that was a good time to go ahead and use one since everything on the screen was after me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was close. It's always a trick whenever they put a free giveaway up further up on top of the screen. It's always a trick. I hope you're enjoying the gameplay today. Once again, this is Caladrius Blaze. If you're just joining in, I am Foretrosake. Here on my channel, I stream Nintendo Switch, obviously, NES, SNES, GameCube. I just recently, in the last week or so, got my very first Wii U. So we might be throwing that on some, because there's a couple of Wii U games out there that I've heard are pretty amazing. A very much underappreciated system, by myself at least. Loving the visuals of this game. Yeah, I definitely love this ship. This is my favorite one so far. Guaranteed. I love all the bosses in this game. Like, they're all so intricately drawn. Have no idea where I should be standing. I went to use the bomb. Again, a half a second too late. I wonder if I was to... There. Like, I'm trying a different weapon right now. I haven't used any of the other element weapons, and as you can see on the far left, it's coming back. I gotta get rid of that. I'm getting blasted. Not too sure who the lady is on the right. I'm gonna guess that was part of the battle that is going on with this boss. It seems that each boss has a driver inside it. This must be this individual here. Ooh, I feel like that thing's trying to heat seek me. Oh yeah, I was definitely getting blown up there. Well, I tried to use the... Oh, that's right. This is the one that... Definitely gonna die there again. All right. So hopefully, once we get past the boss here that I didn't beat last night, it'll go back into the story mode and start explaining some of the background on what I'm actually trying to accomplish in the game, who I'm finally trying to get to. Because my good friend Parma made it sound like I was going after Beelzebub. Another fancy word for the devil. So it makes sense that I have a godlike ship as an option. I really like that one. That one seemed to work very well, so we'll just power that thing up. If you're just joining in, as I said before, this is Caladrius Blaze. This is a game that I just got the other day from PlayAsia, and I wish that I had had this when it first came out. There are so many games that have been released on the Nintendo Switch that I believe it is so easy for most of us to not know what is out there and available. And if we're talking about a game that is amazing for a top-down, side-scrolling shooter, this game has it all. I mean, it's even got an RPG element where I can build up my weapons. I have no idea if I'm able to destroy those, because it doesn't seem so. Like, I gotta fly through them. And right now, everything is trying to shoot me down there, so... Too close for comfort there. I swear she just said Yoshi Yoshi. Have not been able to upgrade to Yoshi yet in this game, so that's an unfortunate thing. I'd be all for that. Oh, cornering me. It's really difficult to not use the main weapon that I have because it works so well. Like, I don't know what that is, but let's get that one up. Everything converged on me right there in the screen, like everything. So this is once again the part where I said it feels a lot like Power Rangers. What? What? I have no idea how you're supposed to get through that. Oh, that's right. I've been forgetting about this. Like, so that's at least like a little bit of a defense that I have. I haven't been using that at all, so it's good to remember. It's not working so far, though. The bosses are difficult. We are playing this on normal mode, though, so we kind of expected that. And I forgot that there is one weapon that blocks the enemy's weapons. No. And if you're just joining in, I did state that this is on an arcade mode, so it's allowing me to have quite a bit of continues. Almost like as if you were at the arcade, just dropping quarters back into it. You're allowed to die as long as you got quarters. So right now, we rich, we got credits. We just keep dropping credits back in so we can beat this game. Then maybe once Foretrosake has some time in it, maybe we'll be able to come back and play it on the hard. And then the very hard. Not too many games with a very hard setting that you just fly right on through, so that should be exciting. I want to say that I want to do that one, because what I thought the other weapon was, that one blocks the enemy's gunfire, and that's going to be mass important. Save people in the convoy ship. Save rate increases if convoy ship is destroyed. Oh wait, things are coming from behind. Thank goodness my weapon is more like a homing. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know what save rate it told me that I was supposed to be shooting for, but I don't feel like 87's too bad. Having some fun here in Caladrius Blaze. I'm loving the visuals in this game. Like I said before, especially compared to what Ghost Blade was like. Ghost Blade's a great game, but when it comes to storyline, cutscenes, different stage changes, and scenery change in the background, Caladrius Blaze, it's just top notch. This is the part of the RPG element that I was talking about, where you can actually upgrade your alternate weapons. Your alternate weapons being X, Y, and A. Your main weapon that I'm holding down now is B. I do have one weapon that I was just shooting there that gives me a little bit of a force field, and then will shoot the enemy's weapons down as you're playing. So that's a real huge benefit during gameplay, especially with these bullet hell style shooter games. Kind of put myself in a predicament there. There we go. Yeah, don't be afraid to go ahead and die there, pal. I used it, like, literally 2 seconds too late. So if I have one complaint about the Caladrius ship, is that with it having its own homing, so it just goes to the closest enemy that it sees, There are times where another enemy shows up from the side that if you were using a different weapon, a different ship would shoot more directionally towards where you're trying to shoot it. And there's a huge benefit to that when you're used to trying to aim directly at what you're trying to shoot at. Whereas with this particular ship, and it has its own homing, you don't really have that choice. I'm kind of like standing in the middle and hoping that it hits. Ooh, I got really lucky there. But I'm also not complaining about that, because how you gonna complain about a homing gun? Like, really kind of hard to do that. Alright. It's definitely a lot more going on in the screen than the game last night, Ghostblade. But then with the background scenery changes, it makes a huge difference on just watching the depth of the gameplay and trying to pay attention to the bullets that are coming at and towards you. This is the part where I was Go Power Rangers. Oh, well, I see how you are. Keep all that stuff to yourself. Ooh. Don't know how I was supposed to get through that. Don't want to be down here, and I don't want to be up there. Well, that was only the first third of that boss. So it's only going to get worse. I don't know why that drains out so fast as it does. Like, that particular weapon seems to go pretty quickly. Oh, yeah, add some flames to the bottom. Whoa. Like, on hard mode, how is this possible? Wow. Game break. So this is the very first cutscene that we've seen today. So if you're just now joining in, you're actually getting to see something first that wasn't all prior to in the game. For some reason, from me playing a little bit of it last night, it took out all of the other cutscenes. So here's more of what you would see between each level. So many people were sacrificed because of the forbidden spell's power, and their resentment ended up changing chaining even their souls to darkness. If nothing was done, these wandering souls would never find salvation. All he could do was swoop down and barely save them before they tarnished further. With his hand on his heart, he closes his eyes and prays. His kind master would heed his prayer and grant them peace and hope in the next life. Alright. The white bird flaps its wings towards the blue sky. The bird thought, birds got thoughts now. Why do humans always make the same mistakes? Another tragedy in the cycle of sadness and hatred had taken place. It's quite the wise bird. Gazing down into the distance, he sees resourceful citizens helping each other rebuild their town. It's a really good drawing. Yes, humans as a whole are fools who don't see the value of life, but the way they live their short lives to the fullest is beautiful. This is why I can't help but love mankind. For a moment, for just a fleeting moment, the divine bird murmurs his true feelings. End. Well, I think that was like 40 minutes, I would say, of the game to get through that. It's a little different whenever you're playing it on the arcade mode and you have more options to continue whenever you're going through the game. So you have a little bit more of an ability to die more frequently and still be able to play through on the game. As far as gameplay goes, awesome game. Like, obviously there's a couple of times where I felt like I should have got hit and I didn't get hit. There's a couple of times where my special ability powers didn't seem to be able to take out the weaponry that was being shot at me without a bomb. And then the ability to collect the bombs is only as frequent as you gain points. So the little gems that would fall after hitting certain items is what was given to me to rebuild my RPG elements on the cut screens. So had I collected a couple more of those throughout the level, then I would have been able to upgrade my particular ship as I was going through. They obviously make it so you can't collect them all without sacrificing yourself every once in a while, because some of the gems fell right where the gunfire was, so trying to get that wasn't the easiest. So it says Caladrius and then Finn. I'm gonna take Finn as end. We'll just go with 4. And so obviously there's a way to score a lot more points in this game and to be able to go through there. It says you now have more starting stages to select from. You can now view more cutscenes. You can now view more character profiles. So I don't know how interested anyone is in seeing the other option of original or evolution, because I've only done the arcade mode. I'm at least interested in seeing what the evolution mode is, because each one at the bottom says special attack, element burst, special attack, evolution, special attack, fusion. I don't know what any of that means. Like, at no point does this game have any kind of manual or anything to read through. So that's one of the downsides to it. I like having the manuals. I like being able to have a little bit of a background knowledge on what I'm playing, have some backstory to it. This one didn't come with that, but it does have a lot of gameplay cutscenes and stuff to add to that backstory. The only thing that I said before that I didn't understand on this page was the demo. I turned that off last time. I don't know why it would be already selected as on, but I guess what we'll do is we'll start this up, play this for a little while, see how far I get in this. We'll pick someone a little different. I think that was the other person that had a pretty good ship as far as firepower and such. So we'll try that. Yeah, I'm already enjoying this. This is like Contra spread weapon right here. I can definitely say that I already noticed that the weapon isn't as strong as the Caladrius, however you say it. But it still seems to have some pretty good power to it. I mean, can't go wrong with the spread weapon. Gotta use a bomb. There was one of those gems that I was talking about earlier where both of those gems fell on the screen at the same time. Now obviously that was because I used the bomb. So had I not used the bomb there was a better chance that I might have been able to collect both of those. But given that I did, how I was going to collect both of those, I have no idea. I can't tell you what weapon that was unless it was my bomb. Might have been a bomb that I let off there. I have no idea. Oh, you know what? I literally just had a thought that demo in this is what the cutscenes and stuff are. Like, I bet you so. Like, that has to be. Like, because I'm in a whole different game program right now. Like, it should be doing some cutscenes and such, and it's not. And the only thing that I changed was the game demo mode. I tried to use my bomb. Just go ahead and kill this guy and be done with it. I kind of want to backtrack. I don't know how many people are actually watching right now. I don't want to just like jump out of the game, but I kind of do. Like, I kind of want to know if that's what the difference is, because, and I don't need that saved. It likes to save every single thing for you, which is great, but at the same time, would not mean to change that either. Let's put that back on. And see, we'll see if that makes any difference. Because it's going to drive me insane if I don't know why the... Yeah, that was exactly it. Here's already everything that I loved in the game. So I accidentally had turned that off. Demo being side demonstration? I don't know. Like, I don't really know. But here's at least a part of the story. The priest orders her to observe the kingdom there. I was too late. there. Try touching it yourself. Your powers may bring blessings. I'm going to guess that there's a gem there or something that they're talking about. Maria carefully lays her hand on the wing, and that moment it releases a dazzling glow, and before she knows it, Maria finds herself inside the ship. With the priest's request and filled with worries over her parents, she embarks on the journey as the silver wings soar high towards the kingdom. The priest asked me to check if something was going on in the kingdom. I wonder if mother and father are doing well. I sense danger in the air. Goddess Lydia, please protect me. So that was one of the parts that I really enjoyed out of the game, was that it had the cutscenes like that. And you'll see now that those same cutscenes come up throughout the game and in the middle of the game. It kind of stops it and gives you a little bit of a break for a second to just read some side story in the game, which I think is an amazing addition to anything. Right there. It's not required. I think it's just a nice additive to the game. There should be a little cutscene here. What's a nun doing here? I don't need your prayers, you know. Headed to the kingdom on an errand for the priest. Will you let me pass? Daddy told me not to let anyone pass. I'm going to obey his orders to get compliments. Your father? But using a weapon like that is dangerous. Why are you such a goody-goody? You're annoying me. Get lost. Rude as can be. Yeah, I could see me wasting so many quarters at an arcade on this game. Like, guaranteed. It's my favorite weapon so far right now because it takes out the simple weapons. Two-thirds of the boss down so far. No way. Why? Oh, Daddy won't be pleased with me. He won't be nice to me. Please get off that weapon. I'm sure your father will forgive you. I don't want forgiveness. I want his praise. I want his approval. Because then he'll come see me. Aw, kid. That's dangerous, so please get off. No, no, no. Daddy, I can do this. So. I don't know why so. excellent cutscenes. Like, that makes such a great addition to the game. To please Daddy. Goddess Lydia, please help me to be strong. Something to drink. Coffee here. So we have 2 element chips, ether chips that we collected. Earth Horizon Jihad. Earth Tellus Rage. There you go. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I play a wide variety of games. Just recently here, been playing some top-down shooter games. That isn't what I'm always playing. I've got many games that I enjoy playing, so be sure to check in often as I try to stream typically up to 5 days throughout the week. And I wouldn't call myself a variety streamer. I'm a variety gamer. I like to play a variety of games. If there's a certain game that you would like to see me play, but wondering if I own, don't forget, comment down below. Leave me a message. Typically, I will try to... Oh, I had no bombs? I had no bombs? Use the bomb, boy! I typically try to get games that people recommend, that they think look good. And I'm also willing to try games that aren't so good, just to see what my take is on it, because what you may not enjoy, I may love. What I love, you may love as well. Sometimes it's just nice to get somebody else's perspective on a game. I watch other people stream as well, and it's always interesting. A lot of my good buddies out of Discord and stuff that play so many different games that I don't own, or that I did own and played at one time and maybe sat down. Well, I don't know what that was, but I think the coolest part about this game is that it's 2-player. It would be so awesome to have somebody else playing this game with me. Well, the Holy Sister shouldn't be writing a thing like that. May I pass through? You know, I've always hated churches and nuns. All you do is pray. You never take action. This lady, Eleanor, is rude as can be already. Like, woman pulls up in a ship, blowing things up, and she says you never take action. Goddess Lydia watches over us all. People live in peace under her blessing. Fine then. Her blessing can help you pass through here. You think you can save anyone with those hypocritical words and foolish ideals? She must, man. Faith, it must be. Ooh. Not too bad. Haven't used the bomb yet, so we'll do that here in a second. When I get cornered. Oh, too much coming down there. How can I lose? I got through everything by trusting my strength alone. How could I lose to someone like you? Some biblical truths going on in this game. You can't obtain anything with just strength. You have parents and friends, don't you? Don't you feel their love? Love. Love? Love didn't even get me a slice of bread. How are you gonna get... Okay. That's... okay. So Maria feels how I felt with that comment. Love didn't even get her a slice of bread. You must be surrounded by that thing called love. Sister, you only talk of lies. Eleanor still just with the bombs on Maria, like just not liking her at all. To me, you seem far more greedy. I don't need prayers from someone like you. Poor girl. It's your green hair, isn't it? You look toxic. Shame break. I find that interesting. Like, what's that supposed to mean? Shame break. She broke her shame. Me? Greedy? I must remain a faithful sister, but will I be fine like this? Father, what should I do? Well, the Twilight Sanctuary sounds pretty good to upgrade. If you're just joining in, this is Caladrius Blaze on the Nintendo Switch. Been playing for a little while here, a little over an hour. I had some trouble at the beginning because all of my conversations were missing in the first game that I played, and I didn't want to cut anybody out on that. I'll have to hurry. I'll make a contribution as the leader of the advanced team and get closer to Islay. Islay? Oh, Cecilia. Huh? Something's flying this way. An enemy? How dare it try to attack me? You're the same age as I am. Look at that of the size. That's not fair. Yes, they will only make you heavy. You won't be able to stop my team with those. What was she inferring? I am lost on that part of the story. Like, I have no idea what she was talking about. I think we have an idea of what she was talking about. Ooh, I went the wrong way. Block rate achieved. Well, if you're still joining me on this Caladrius Blaze journey, I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're enjoying the game. Guy, what just happened? Oh no, I should look for an excuse. Remember this. The more obstacles love has, the more it will burn. I will never give up. That's fine, Cecilia. We ain't concerned with you. Dead in her ship. But yet she just went on continuing on with life, I guess. One for each. Share and share alike. Got myself trapped down in the corner. Don't blow yourself up, Foretrosake. Come on now. Ugh. I knew better than that. Too bad. Oh, I didn't expect that last one to be left there. I'll take that one up. Thank you. Milia, you're from the church. She looks sad. Yes, I am Sister Maria. I'm a nun still in training. A training fighting nun. Everyone's favorite nun. It's the people's nun. Listen, I want to ask you something. I used to go to church and pray a lot. I prayed to the goddess and Caladrius. That is a fine thing to do. I'm sure Goddess Lydia was watching. That's a lie. Never came to my rescue. Even now, I'm still stuck in this thing. Neither Goddess Lydia nor Caladrius came to save me. If you're about to say you'll help me, just forget it and die. Alright, well that's a good option. You know? Instead of offering to help check out, just kill her. You know? Why not? Ah! Stop shooting me. Oh, no tears. Oh, yeah. I got nowhere to go! Those look terrifying. Like, I got nothing to block that. Come on! Yeah, that thing was dead. That's why I'm like, it was almost dead. Like, 2/3 dead. Oh yeah, you gotta definitely shoot those before they explode. Stop. Rude as can be. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, guy with 2 names. It's going pretty well. I finally figured out that one of the parts in the game that said demo, which I thought was like, I don't know what I really truly thought. I guess what I really thought is that it meant demonstration. So like, it wouldn't be just actual gameplay, where demo turned off all the cutscenes and everything. So I played through the game once and had no cutscenes or anything, and that was one of my most favorite things about the entirety of the game. So now we've got the cutscenes back. Maria is a sister in the church in training, a fighting sister in a ship, everyone's favorite sister. Milia, we just beat, who was operating this death robot. Anyone that speaks Japanese is loving this commentary. See, and that's why I was so confused by it, because guy with 2 names says demo as in like arcade mode. That was what I was confused by, because when you're playing an arcade game and it says demo, it literally flashes demo on the screen and you ain't playing. It's a demonstration. But for some reason, this particular one has demo on, demo off. And if you turn demo off, all of these cutscenes, all of this talk, it all goes away. It just scoots right through the game. You're just playing the game. So I don't really know what they meant by demo. I would actually love for you to tell me what it truly means whenever the wording, the narration, and the cutscenes go away and they named it demo. Says, not sure if this was released on arcade or not. I don't know if this was actually ever released on arcade, but I did find that it was very first released on the Xbox 360 back in 2013. And then they didn't release it on the PlayStation 3 until a year later, practically, in August of 2014. And then shortly after that, it was released on Microsoft Windows. And then it took all the way till 2019 for it to come out on the Nintendo Switch. Goddess Lydia, please save these people. Is prayer alone not enough for salvation? Who am I to pray for? What should I pray for? I had mentioned before that the name of the game, which I butchered, I'm sure, up, down, left, and right, is either Caladrius or Caladrius, I'm guessing. That word comes from Roman mythology, which stands for a snow white bird that was able to take in sickness, and it stayed in the king's house. It strictly says house. I've never known a king to live in a house, so I found that interesting that that's the way that it was defined, was a king's house. But anyways, the said bird that was snow white was able to take in sickness, and then it would disperse the sickness out into the world, both healing itself and the sick person. So take that for what you want. I enjoy Greek mythology, Roman mythology. This is one of the first ones that I've ever heard of from directly just Roman mythology, but it's something there. That's about all I got to say about that. The game is a blast. I mean, it's a fun game. There's so many interesting side screens and other options in the game. The only thing that I'm confused by right now, of course, talking, I'm gonna die some, but I'm okay with that. The only thing that I'm really confused by in the game is that they offer 3 options of game style play, and right now I'm in a different option than what I started in earlier. I did the arcade mode first, and now this is the evolution mode, and I'm failing to see any difference in the game at all. Like, and maybe that's just a Nintendo Switch version thing that is just a little different, where like maybe they didn't have the ability to make the different games. I don't really know yet. But visually, this game is amazing. Like, so far, one of my top 5 of Nintendo Switch top-down side-scrolling shooters, because just the way that they change the scenery and the background and everything is just so amazing looking. And as far as difficulty, it is difficult. I died quite a bit, but then I also don't completely understand why I seemingly have the like endless continues. Like, I haven't reached a point where it's like game over. It just doesn't seem to exist. I wanted that, but I couldn't get over to it without getting shot. Oh, really? Yeah. You get up on the top of the screen, that's just a death spot. Can't go across the screen either. Guy with 2 names says, I think if demo mode is off, then no game over. I don't know. I don't honestly know what to say to that, because here's the thing. Like, I played it with the demo mode off, and there was no game over. And look, I'm playing it with the demo mode on right now, and it just seemingly keeps letting me do continues. I don't know if that's because, like, maybe on the bottom maybe those are all of my continues, and I'm gonna have a game over, you 100% could be right. I just haven't seen a game over screen yet, and I've been expecting one. I mean, just in the time that you've been here, I think I've died 7 times now. And in most games, after dying 7 times, you're gonna see a game over screen. It's so pretty, isn't it? If you're done looking, go away. Well, Nina, aren't you rude? Wait. Oh, yes, I will, but have you been here all along? Why do I care? Like, he said go away, let's just go past her. I'm waiting for Noah. She'll come. So I'm going to wait for her until she does. Anybody else know a female named Noah? I see. I hope you meet her as soon as possible. I will pray to Goddess Lydia so that you can. Haha, pray! Haha, so you pray? If you pray, will Noah come? Come right away? How come everybody hating on the praying nun? Like, what do they think she does? She got a cross hanging from her ear. Like, perhaps not right away, but if you pray to Goddess Lydia, you will be able to meet Noah soon. That's because I'm gonna bring you to your maker, Nina. Your negative comments. You've heard Noah for both Guy with Two Names? That's cool, because I personally haven't, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, obviously. Liar, 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 pants on fire. Now this game just went right back to 5-year-old stage. Nuns shouldn't be dishonest. Who said she was lying, Nina? I prayed every day for Noah to come, for all the people who were captured with me to be saved, but they all disappeared. Why do you think so? I'm really confused with Nina, man. She's like back and forth here. First she's talking crap about her praying, now she's saying that she's prayed all the time. Like, I'm sure it's because Goddess Lydia had her reasons. Really? Well then, I'm about to destroy you right now, and I guess that's what Goddess Lydia wants, right? And here we go. Sure. Okay. I'm not 100% positive. Because maybe I was just out of it talking on the screen. But I don't remember this. In the arcade mode. Like, I don't remember something chasing me down like this. Like, I feel like I would have remembered this. Breaking her shame down. Oh, it's so close. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? What the crap? I just do not have enough bombs for this. Like, alright. I thought I was doing alright. I got laser beamed. Yeah. No thank you. You did, Nina. Why? Why couldn't I get you? Lydia doesn't care about me. This is unfair. Alright, so at first it was Lydia wanted me dead, and since you lost, now Lydia doesn't care for you. Like, pick a side, fence sitter. Goddess Lydia is always fair. She will listen to your prayers one day. Haha, you're lying again. Why I gotta be a liar? What is this, like the female DSP? I'm finished, Maria. This is my limit. I can't even move now. It's because I paralyzed you with my awesomeness. Oh no, you can't be. I'm sorry. Is it because I resisted? This game has made some innuendos that I don't know if that's what it means or not. Like, I'm very confused sometimes throughout this game. No, it's because I was on this ship the whole time. A lot of things already happened on my way here. What should I? Please let me at least pray for you. So Maria is the only character that is a nun, and she's also the only character that seems to be this heavy on prayer and everything. So last night, after I was done with Ghostblade HD, I played this for a little while as a totally different character, and that was not the storyline how this went each time. So it's interesting how each one is pretty heavily based on that particular character's background. No, you don't have to. Even if I die, don't pray to Lydia. If you do, I'll go to where she is. Then I won't meet Noah. Noah and I are always together, so I can't go to Lydia yet. I have a favor. If you meet Noah, please tell her that Nina will always be with Noah. She's talking about herself in the third person. The innuendos are too good. That's what it feels like, man. Like, earlier on, it said something about something being too big. And I have a hard time believing that she was talking about the guns on my ship. Like, I just don't believe that. She wasn't looking at my guns when she said it. That kind, strong girl who wanted to be together even after death. Huh? So many people have precious memories, but all I can do for those memories is pray. Is it right for me to just continue praying? Sister, you're confusing me. Why wouldn't it be right for you to continue to pray? At this point, I don't know how long you've been following along, Guy with Two Names, but at this point you have the option to upgrade your ship's weaponry, and the ship can shoot from B as a standard shot, and then Y, X, and A are special element shots. And then you can upgrade them with ether chips that you pick up throughout the level. So if you ever see one of the gems that or one of the enemies that I shoot puts a gem on the screen and then it kind of floats off the screen, it doesn't come to me. That is what I have to pick up on my own to be able to upgrade the certain weapons. But as you'll notice, I haven't used those other weapons as much because it's difficult to. Like, if that isn't a better upgraded weapon in some of the stages, it actually holds you back from clearing the screen. So this is the best weapon that I have. But then at certain times, this is a better weapon to protect me in close. And then this is a better weapon. Then this is a better weapon. But it just depends on... That was the gem that I was talking about right there. It just depends on how many enemies are on the screen at the time, what you're trying to evade, because when you go ahead and put something on the screen like this, for someone like me, like to have that in the background there, that's a lot to add to what you're already trying to dodge, supposedly. Like, and then I ran right into that. Ain't got nowhere to go. This is the best time to use one of those bombs and get up on out of there. There's nowhere to go! There's another one of those gems. Or ether chips. But then if you look at the bottom, as you're not shooting, you will start to increase the gems again so you can use those special weapons. Yeah, there's... Wow. Wow. Evasive maneuvers. Don't even know how I got through there. So can you get completely stuck, or can you reclassify? Can I get completely stuck, like, in a corner? Or... I guess I'm trying to understand what you mean by reclassify. Ugh. Man, that was a suicide mission right there. I just ran myself right into the enemy. A sister's here. The church in the kingdom has been shut down and everyone is locked in. You should leave immediately. I must find out what's happening in the kingdom, and I must pray for everyone's safety. Pray? Pray for what? For peace? For love? Or what? Pray for your lover? She's a nun. She don't have a lover. I must pray for all people. I'm not allowing myself to pray for a personal cause. I mean, ain't no nun dating nobody. You can't even pray for your loved ones, but you'll pray for everyone else? That's absurd, you naive girl. I am Islay Jenna Holcium, the king's shield. My strength is for my king. If you wish to pass, show me how far your prayers can get you. Guy with two names says, like, if you're stuck, are you able to move around your upgrade points to have a stronger weapon? Yes. That L, and for some reason in the tutorial it called it SL, but I think it meant ZL. But L will clear weapons like that right there. But then it only works for so long, and then you've got to either use one of your other weapons, which technically it states that A does that. Like A protects you against the enemy's weapons like it is right now. But as my gem meter wears down, I don't have that anymore. So like right now, I'm just gonna keep getting blasted. Like no matter what I do. Some of these, I don't even know how you're supposed to get past them at all. Like, I mean, I get lucky. I also die a lot. So I don't really know why I got shot by that. I was using my element. I love the bosses though, like they're very intricate, like very well drawn bosses, and their weaponry that they come up with in each stage. It's pretty cool. That was my bad. How could I lose to someone who relies on prayer? Nah, man, it's not your bad to explain it at all. I have a hard time understanding sometimes what someone's saying, because, you know, when someone writes it out and you're trying to like read it off of what they're saying, you might know it as a different word. Like when you said reclassify, you probably use that as your terminology for whenever like you respawn or something on the screen, where like I've said that before as repopulate, and I know people watching my stream are like, what the crap is repopulate? Like, does he mean spawn? Like, and why does he say respawn? Like, isn't it just spawning? Like, you don't have to respawn to spawn. So I totally understand. I appreciate you trying to explain it for me though too. You said you were going to check on things in the kingdom. Is that your only objective? My father and my mother are in the kingdom. No wonder I lost. I just thought you were a puppet, but I see you also have people you hold dear. That's the only spelling error I've seen on this the whole time. So either I just haven't been paying attention, or that's the first and only one. Sorry, but I need to ask you a favor. If it's possible, please save King Graham. Please. Is that you're dead? Yeah, I am definitely enjoying this game. I mean, I enjoy any kind of storyline, and it kind of reminds me of like, I know this is going to sound really weird, but how Tekken will take each fighter and give a little storyline for them to play through, and then their storyline gets explained as you go through the story mode. I really enjoy that part of Tekken, and maybe that's why I'm enjoying this, because each character will have their own storyline throughout the entirety of the game. Is the Cardinal and my parents all right? And me? Save King Graham? Goddess Lydia? May your blessings be upon me? That coffee is so cold now. Like, I thought there was more to that screen, or I would have passed it on. So that particular weapon, the Tellus Rage, does the most damage that I've seen so far, but it also could be it's the closest button to my standard firing button. So maybe that's why I use it more often. But like that one that's on the screen right there, that's the one that's meant for more protection while playing the game. So I see where there's a benefit to each weapon, but trying to get back to those and not accidentally hit the bomb as well, like Ghostblade. I've been demoted from the captain of the advanced team to convoy ship. Well, escorting people to the kingdom shouldn't be too hard. I think I just saw something really irritating. Why is something always trying to get in my way? Well, I guess the size never changes. You look pretty heavy. Don't bother coming after me. Do you plan to stop me from escorting all these people to the kingdom? Can't let you get in the way of my love towards Islay. Save the people on the convoy ships. So this was a lot easier whenever I was the ship Caladrius, because the weapon on Caladrius is a homing weapon. So it goes right to all these guys right away. So it'll be interesting to see how well I do this time around. Oh man, I missed all of those. Yeah, I think the next time... Yeah. I guess I look pretty heavy. I mean, I have put on some weight in the last year or two. But I think they were talking about the character in the game, not me, but I could be confused. Rude. Like right at the end, too. Oh, that's the first time I failed anything in this game. Like, this says mission clear. Oh, wait. Mission fail if save rate is less than 50%. I had 65%. Didn't it say fail, though? Did I miss that? I swore it said failed. And then it says mission clear. I thought it was below. Well, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it says 65.8. That's why. Unless you just felt that I did less than 50, which I agree. I felt like I missed more than 50% also. Where might Islay be right now? I don't want to go back to the kingdom. What do I do? It's just interesting that they have these like side missions like this. They don't really add to the game anything else besides just trying to get those particular items, like trying to direct your fire towards them, but at the same time, it's just another bonus stage is what it feels like. Just a bonus clear stage. Like, I feel like their numbers change all the time too. That said 74.1. Like, what was that about? Oh, I didn't realize that looks pretty cool. I like that. Wait, no, put it on there, man. I'll find myself having to hit the buttons twice for some reason. Like just to go to the next stage. Push OK, I gotta hit it twice for some reason. It's not a big deal. It just seems weird because I'll be like, oh, I did it. Like, I'm sitting here waiting for it to go to the next stage, and then finally, after I hit the button again, it goes across. Game was testing me there. My flight skills. Unfortunately, yeah, come on, like, just not taking them out fast enough. Lime's online. Yeah, no, I'm shooting nothing. Definitely wish that this gun was a little stronger. It was doing so well. Whoa, check out the guns on this one now. I thought that was the funniest out of all the innuendos. Like, come on. That's the part where I get most confused on the 1-up. Alright, now one thing that I will say that I notice now is that those gems that were at the bottom of the screen, those don't exist anymore. So, did I lose all of my continues already? Like, am I out of Am I going to see an end screen? Because at this rate, I kind of hope not. Like, this is the end of the game from what I remember. Like, okay, no. It was just one of the gems. Like, Grant, I'm glad you made it this far. I must say, Lydia's blessings must actually work. Well, we finally got a believer on stage here. My dear King Graham, why are you doing this? And where is Minister Bloomfield? Who? None of these people were brought up before. Why? They just keep adding people into the story, like professionals with save state, to be sure. You know, I just don't know when I'm gonna actually move over into the professional status. I assume it'll be the time where I realize I need to save more. I need to save scum to death the game. Just not as professional as I want to be. I'm Maria Therese Bloomfield. Is my father well? Oh, okay. My misunderstanding. Her last name's Bloomfield. She looking for a mama, looking for a daddy. I get it now. Well, I don't know about that. He could have been in one of the weapons you damaged and destroyed up to now. I might have killed my own father? What? No. No way. You bluffing, Graham. Alright. Chit-chat over. Let us see which is supreme. The power of the forbidden spell or the goddess protection. Graham's final boss is amazing. Like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do about this at one point. Like, I don't even know where you're supposed to go there. Because you can clear it, but then he just starts shooting him again. He ain't no joke. Wait, he blew me up while I was setting off a bomb? This game is rigged. Like, how? I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. I don't know how you're supposed to get past that. Dodge and pray. Yep, dodge and pray. Duck, dodge, dip, dive, and when in doubt, dodge again. Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What did he call me? Oh. Oh. No! They're so close. Was the forbidden spell not enough? But Lydia's blessings? I don't believe this. Your Majesty, why do you say such a thing? Haven't you supported the church and orphans more than any other monarch? Did I? But the blessings did not reach me. I was king, and yet I could not protect those. Dia to me? Those Dia to me. I think there's supposed to be an R there. I think we found the second mistake. Would you agree, guy with two names? Is that supposed to say protect those deer to me? King Graham, you are only human. You don't need to bear all the burden. At times, if you feel remorse and pray, you may be forgiven. Perhaps. But I am king. I was not wrong to seek the supreme power. And even in defeat, he's still defiant. I will be king until I die. That is my duty as a monarch. Farewell, girl beloved by the goddess. Spelling it hard, dude. Shame break. Taking down King Graham. I wish I knew what she just said right there. Like, where's the closed captioning for that? I've known people better to operate me. Narration. Afterwards, the cardinal, church officials, royals, and Maria's family, who were imprisoned in a faraway tower, were released back to their homes. Maria checks from a distance that her parents and younger sister are safe. Where's all the pictures for this and stuff? Why is it black screen? And sets out on her solitary journey back to where she came from. Ask and you shall receive. I've returned, Father. Welcome back, Maria. Hooray! Welcome back, Sister Maria. Wait, so was it maybe not her real father? Maybe it was the father of the church? Is that a possibility? Guy with two names says budget cuts. That's why I couldn't get my last drawn out screen there. Like, that's sad to me though. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you could draw all this stuff that you've drawn in here and you couldn't just throw like a picture of her back at home with father? Like, either way, I'm just being picky. You have witnessed many things, but all that you have gained, it belongs to you and you alone. Yes, I'm still so inexperienced. There are so many things I yet know how to handle. But I've learned that we must protect the things we cherish, nurture them, and use them as foundation to move forward. Learning some real deep cuts here. It was the first time the priest heard Maria speak her mind. Words coming from within herself. Yes, you must find the answers within yourself. I think the priest has listened to the narrator. Father, Sister Maria, everyone, dinner is ready. They could have drawn scenes for this, man. They could have drawn scenes for this. Like, that's right. Someone donated fresh milk to the church today. So we've made cream stew. Yes, hurry. Hurry. Father, Sister Maria, sister, quickly. Quickly. Now, don't run, you'll fall. Now, is this her dad or is this a priest? Like, what? This is the weirdest ending. You must not keep everyone waiting. Let us go, Maria. I know she was holding them up. Now she got two crosses. Well, that one kind of looks like it's upside down. Yes, Father. End. Well, I believe that is the end. As it is. I sure hope that you've enjoyed this playthrough of Caladrius Blaze. I've enjoyed playing it. I've enjoyed having you all here. Thank you, Guy with Two Names, for stopping by and chatting with me. I always appreciate when anybody stops by. Throw some comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this game. It'll be uploading on the YouTube moments after I stop the stream here. So if you want to drop a comment down below, maybe give it a thumbs up, that's up to you. You know somebody that might want to see some Caladrius Blaze play, share it with them. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Foretrosake here. Have a great day.